Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
There's a party now. You guys, listen.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a first carry for their fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
Cut, 280.
41's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Cut.
41's the mic.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Check 3. Check. Bang.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be taken short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack to 227-pound linebacker Quan Alexander.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Mike 41. Me and you all day. All day.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. That's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
57 the mic. Watch 57. What we got? What we got? What we got?
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo looking deep downfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can. And it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across the entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them.
Touchdown, 49ers! Tevin Coleman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, But it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. He's going to float this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Here we go. 180!
Walk 54. All right, D, let's All right, D. Under crunch.
On second down, it's Coleman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. Black 80! Two! Hey, Foxtrot!
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And he's able to get it out of there. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Wilson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. An update from Denver. The Broncos, they're continuing to pour it on. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
At the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
11. Smooth.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At the 13-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
14.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Good. It's coming. 41 to Mike.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 19 yards away. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Wilson operating from the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
21.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Here we go.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch that grip.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. This complete to Lockett. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
the Seahawks.
All right, let's just go and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
14, got it.
41's coming. 41's the mic.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw again is Wilson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41. Bring it. Bring it. Watch out.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Stay with your man.
From the gun, Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Watch the twins. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Again, Wilson. Flushed out, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number one. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Garoppolo now. 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Garoppolo again. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing is Wilson. It's caught. Block it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Got you. Tight end Ringo. Tight end's on Ringo. Tight end's on Ringo. Hey. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Mike.
Hey, 0.
Come off the ball. Hey, watch it.
14.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
1st down, San Francisco.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Check 50. Check 50. Kill.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Slam. Check the backer.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, let's go. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. As his guys are in for 6. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived? Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we?
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Now a hit and a loose football.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a 1-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays. It could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this one? This
I put a star. I put a star.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
13. Bravo.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who's stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 37-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. Check back.
Here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll come out in the pistol.
Touch 50.
Penny will try to punch it in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and goal, Wilson, touchdown, Seahawks. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch tight. Tight end right. 3 down.
Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the third at MetLife Stadium. The Chargers have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Now it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all.
Here we go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, there will be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Move. 3 out. Check safety.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Returnable for Lockett. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
56. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. 56.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. D. Ford in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Check curls, check curls.
3rd and long. It's Wilson letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team. But the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
One, Omaha.
Come get set. Come on here. Come get set.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Garoppolo finding Goodwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Garoppolo again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
12, fellas, here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Gold with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Double up. Bang out. Bang.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles. But you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Touch Missy, touch Missy.
No. Off.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Check hot route. Hot. Pick the edge. Come.
They'll try the right side here with Penny. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'll go special. Still got it. 4 down.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
What? 280.
59. Man, I got you. Switch.
Clear.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Only a 1-yard gain, but good enough to just about finish this one off.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. The 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
Let's go heavy. you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
One last shot for Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for San Francisco, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.